little girl, only 4 years old, I came to SeaWorld and I sat in those same seats as all of you. And I was so inspired to come here and work and play with these animals. And now we'd like to slow things down a bit to demonstrate the unique relationships that we share with each and every animal, and then showcase the agility of the bottlenose dolphin. So, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to share what our dolphin days are like with all of you.